High school student LeBron James meeting Michael Jordan. Oh, that's insane. See, everybody knew, even in high school, that LeBron James was going to be great. But this is quite literally two legends being put next to each other. It's amazing. Excuse my pronunciation, but the interior side of the dome of the Sheikh Latif Allah Mosque in Isfahan, Iran. Oh, now that's pretty. It's so symmetrical too. Like, this is oddly satisfying and interesting. Personal aircraft proposed to the US military. The HZ-1 X-Jet and VZ-1. Okay, so this is cool, but imagine how many people's legs are just gonna get chopped off. This is a weapon of mass destruction. The largest arthropod ever caught. A Japanese spider crab with a 12-foot arm span. Yo, somebody signed this crab up for the NBA. Look at the size of that thing. This guy depicts the 7 main types of bridges, which I'd never heard of before, in his LEGO Ideas fan design mini vignette. Bro, LEGO, you gotta hire this guy. This is how high the floodwaters got in Jinpai
Gimpy.
Queensland recently, high enough to wash a quad bike into some power lines. Either that or one of the most extreme daredevils has lost their quad bike. In 1963, Major Baseball League pitcher Gaylord Perry remarked, "They'll put a man on the moon before I hit a home run." On July 20th, 1969, an hour after Neil Armstrong set foot on the surface of the moon, Perry hit his first and only home run while playing for the San Francisco Giants. I mean, he said that's how it was gonna go. I wonder if he could have hit a home run this whole time, but he was like, I don't feel like it. His whole team's yelling at him like, "Come on, Perry, all you gotta do is hit the ball. Yeah, we've seen you do it 1,000 times. And he's like, "Hey, don't be mad at me, be mad at NASA. It's their fault." The X-18 was an early design for a tilt-wing VTOL aircraft. The fact that this thing is able to fly is just mind-boggling. Can you imagine going to the airport and entering a plane like this? Like, there's so many different designs we could have settled with. Amazing. USS Archon-class rigid airships were equipped with internal hangars to release and recover parasite aircrafts. Ah yeah, no aircraft left behind. We love to see it. This is how teeth are connected to the nervous system. Oh, neat. Creepy, but neat, I guess. Florida man, fed up with watching cell phone usage while people were driving, is fined $48,000 for jamming cell phones while driving. Probably one of the few people to ever be pulled over by the FCC. Okay, he was jamming cell phones, yes, but only because he didn't want people on their phones while driving. So is he really a bad guy? Really? The bloodbath of B-R5RB. This was a massive battle within the game EVE Online. The battle, which involved over 7,500 unique players, lasted 21 real-life hours and cost players roughly $300,000. We're living our real lives, meanwhile they're out here in a galactic war. That's intense. Calcite are a dragon scale of natural origin. Each scale is a single crystal that grew and overlaps the previous one. This looks like an item straight out of Skyrim. Construction of the Stockholm Metro during the early 1950s. The fact that they had the idea in the 50s to create a metro system was so ingenious for the time. This is history right here. 60 years ago on this very day, a basketball legend by the name of Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in a single basketball game. What a legend. Yo, you just know the other team must have been so angry. They're like, "We can't stop him. He's just too good." Wilt Chamberlain, what an absolute legend. The beauty of my Hoya carnosas. There's a reason why she's called the porcelain flower or wax plant. Guys, I can't be the only one who wants to take a bite out of these flowers. I know they're probably not edible, but they definitely should be. This orange came with a smaller orange inside of it. It's Orangeception. Gerald Ford leaving his home to commute to the White House on the first day of his new job as President of the United States in 1974. "Well, honey, I'm off to work." "Goodbye, love. Be the best president you can be." It's so wholesome. Original photographer behind the iconic Windows XP background, Bliss, standing at the same spot over a decade later. He's like, "You see this here? I made history, I did." Metal gatekeeper doggos. Aw, they're so intimidating. Seriously though, they're kind of creeping me out. Got a bovine bone implant after the root died. See, now this is just fascinating. It's definitely cool, but you know what would be cooler? If you just brushed your teeth. Dude has so many cavities. The biggest floppy disk you'll ever see. Yo, that thing is so big, it's probably storing the 80s and 90s in it. Absolutely crazy. Alice Cooper was a regular visitor in Keanu Reeves' house when he was younger. His mom designed costumes for the rock star legend. Yo, that's kind of wild. He's just chilling at his house. He's like, "Oh, hey, Alice. Jonathan Davis from the band Korn and Snoop Dogg's business idea. Could you imagine if Jonathan Davis had a farm where he grew corn and then he went into business with Snoop Dogg in the form of a corn dog restaurant where he could use the corn from his farm for the corn dogs, and it was called Corn Dogs, home of corn dog, and their mascot is Snoop Dogg's dog in a corn costume, and he's the corn dog dog? Oh god, my head just exploded. And oh, wow. Chicago from above. Yo, how did you take a picture from heaven? I'm so confused. Long-eared owl stares me down.
Hey there, jerk. You better watch who you're staring at, or owl beat your ass. Do you like my owl puns? I've been working really hard on them.
Lowering of the flag ceremony at the Attari-Wagah border is a daily military practice that the security forces of India and Pakistan have jointly followed since 1959. And they've been doing that every day since 1959? Now that's a tradition being upheld. Replica of the Statue of Liberty holding a can of beans in the Netherlands. Yo, what the heck, Netherlands? Why you gotta make a meme out of the Statue of Liberty? They just memed her. Oh, wow. A behind-the-scenes look at the intricate imagination and work of toy photographer Felix Hernandez. So you take the guy, then you take the ship, and Felix turns it into this. 10 out of 10. Male betas of Hoplia caerulea species are naturally bright bluish silver in color. Oh, I bet that makes them taste delicious. What, you don't think so? Alpine stereo ads in 1980. It's so minimalistic, and yet it screams the 80s. This tunnel is part of the Glasgow subway that has the smallest carts in the world. Yo, what are they riding on? Go-karts? Like, this looks like an amusement park ride. A beautiful and rare chocolate brown husky. Aw, it's adorable and interesting. Latvia 2022 World Ice Championship. Yo, the skill and talent it takes to do this? Mwah, beautiful. This is the marquee of the Fox Theater in Detroit, USA. I mean, if Fox is gonna do it, they're gonna do it big. Scientifically accurate life-size replica of Titanoboa, the biggest snake that has ever roamed the earth. Yo, no, that is a real-life monster. Scary truth is, you don't even need much skill. The time it takes for a hacker to brute force your password in 2022. Anything with 6 characters, whether it has uppercase, lowercase, symbols, it doesn't matter. They can break in instantly. Yo, unless your password's like 18 characters with a bunch of symbols, you're pretty much never gonna be protected. Just a reminder for everyone to please update your passwords. Lonely Heart advertisement from the Dundee Courier, November 1st, 1924. 106-year-old looking for a husband. Aw, this is so sweet. It's like Miss Betsy Pinnock of Tiptree, Essex, who is aged 106 years old, is looking for a husband with a good financial position. He must be of middle age. She does not want a man of the modern class, but one of the types she's used to in the good old Victorian days. 106 and still looking for love. There's something amazing about that. Men standing on a pile of American buffalo skulls at Michigan Carbon Works in Rogueville, 1892. In the 1800s, there were some 40 million bison in North America. By the time of this photo, only 456 were known in the wild. Honestly, it's just sad, like we almost made them extinct. I built this 4-story tall art illustration made out of trash from the slums of Siberia at the United Nations, while 1,500 delegates from the 193 different countries discussed the possibility of a global plastics treaty. Honestly, that's good. A beautiful illustration of a problem that really needs to be solved. Ah yes, where the snow hasn't melted yet. One side's summer, one side's winter. It's actually kind of cool. Australia's Lismore floods. Before and after pics. Before, a thriving city bustling with life. And after. Jeez, that is some intense flooding. Art with shifting perspectives. If you stare at it long enough, you can see so many different faces coming from different angles. It's actually really interesting. Like, if you wanted to pause the video, I wouldn't blame you. The Shropshire Gold Coin Hoard in England. A hoard of 913 gold coins dating from 1847 to 1915. Discovered hidden in a piano at Bishop's Castle Community College in 2017. Bro, talk about a find. You're just sitting there playing the piano and a bunch of gold coins come pouring out of it? Now that's some good luck. Metal dogs out in the wild. Yo, why does this look like it's ripped straight out of a Black Mirror episode? Like, I feel like in a dystopian future, these dogs would rule the world and like hunt humans. It's terrifying. The tallest tree in Wales got damaged by a storm and was supposed to be cut down. Instead, chainsaw artist Simon O'Rourke found a better solution. Well, you know what they say, one man's discarded tree is another man's work of art. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that saying goes. Aberfan in the days immediately after the disaster, showing the extent of the spoil slip. Yeah, no, that definitely caused some devastation. A dragon sculpted by the artist Marco Martellar. Located on the top of the Alpsimbra mountain in La Varone, the sculpture named Dragon Vaea will have required 1 month of work. It is made of wood from hundreds of trees destroyed in the Vaea storm. So majestic. This is the Crooked Forest in western Poland near a small town. No one truly knows what caused these trees to take on this shape. Oh, come on, somebody's playing with the reality stone here. These trees look like Play-Doh. This photo is from 1911. Pictured is Alim Khan, the last Emir of Bukhara. It was taken by an early color photographer named Sergey. Bro, this guy looks like royalty. What an amazing thing to capture. Aw, they bloomed heart-shaped. Ah yes, how romantic. A hole drilled on Mars by the Curiosity rover. Huh, so that's what their dirt looks like. Yeah, I don't think that soil's gonna grow anything anytime soon. 2 bees resting together on a flower for a nap. I'm sorry, worker bees? More like lazy bees if you ask me, am I right? Why aren't you guys laughing? Dog's paw print on a 270-plus-year-old brick, built in 1752. Aww, that dog's probably dead now. Probably. Look, I can't pronounce this. I was gonna try, but look, it's Greece and Germany. By the way, this is a painting, right? Like, this isn't a real picture. At least I don't think it is. It looks too clean.